Hey, thanks for joining us once again on The Fool's Journey by Third Eye of Providence. This is, of course, an episode as part of a series of content that I'm creating that walks us through the tarot from the start of the deck, which is the Fool card, all the way through the end of the Fool's Journey by the end of January. So, this episode is card number 8, the Strength. So we have 9 episodes so far. And I have used the Robert Hansen's Tarot as a reference because it can be read in reverse. I also have this card to compare against the Twin Tarot, the light positive aspect of the Strength, and the negative shadow aspect of the Strength as well. Like I said, if you have missed out on the previous episodes, go back and check them out. And I'm going to get right into The Complete Book of Tarot, A Comprehensive Guide by Anthony Lewis. We're going to read the description from this. Here's another glimpse at the Strength card. Okay. This card speaks of courage and animal passion. The Strength card represents fortitude and lust. This card is numbered 11 in traditional Marcel decks. Oh, interesting. So it can be 8 or 11. All right, this astrology connected with the Strength card is Leo, the lion, which is a fire sign ruled by the sun. So this is connected to the element of fire. Now, the myth and the archetype connected with the card of Strength is the hero, the dragon slayer, Hercules and the Nemean lion, David and Goliath, Samson and Delilah, and also Joan of Arc is the energy of the Strength card, the hero's journey, and Kundalini. It says that in going back throughout the many traditions of the tarot, starting in 1888 with the Mathers deck, you would see that this card would represent power, might, and force, strength, and fortitude. In the reverse, it would represent abuse of power, overbearingness, and want of fortitude. In the Rider-Waite, the Strength would represent power, energy, action, courage, and complete success and honor. In the reverse, it would be abuse of power, weakness, discord, disgrace. Now, in the Order of the Golden Dawn, when we see this card, it's connected to strength, courage, and fortitude. Positive aspects of the Strength card are courage, bravery, passion, heroism, self-esteem, fortitude, true grit, vitality, again, because this is the card that's connected to the solar plexus, so this makes sense. Moral fiber, strength in the face of adversity. It talks even about libido, lust, desire, sexual instincts, powerful emotions, Kundalini energy, the taming of the beast within, and suppression of inordinate fear, and the curbing of recklessness. If you're not familiar with the term Kundalini, it talks about the balancing of the masculine and feminine energies within. The Kundalini is represented as a type of, you might be familiar with like the term chi. It's like this, the masculine and feminine energies balanced within is represented by Kundalini. Now in the negative, the courage, this would be lack of courage. This would be abuse of power, unbridled lust, perverse sexuality. It would be addiction, nymphomania, repression of instinctual desires, and the inability to cope with powerful emotions. Self-aggrandizement and cowardice. Weird that those two don't really seem to be the same, but they both are represented by this card. Okay. So in the upright, when we see the Strength card in a reading, It suggests a need to face a situation with courage, determination, and fortitude, much as Hercules did when he confronted the Nemean lion. Your animal passions are stirring and may conflict with your civilized self. You are feeling lustily powerful and thoroughly enjoy the use of your body when this card comes out. Your health improves and your energy increases. Issues related to sexuality come up for review. The connection of the Strength card with the sign of Leo and with the Sun suggests that this may be a time of compassionate self-examination, which can lead to enlightenment. Leo is known for its warmth, generosity, and lusty enjoyment of life. Now, in the negative, in the reversed in this reading of the Strength, it would say, you may need to muster the courage to confront your difficulties. Perhaps you are feeling fearful or hopeless in the face of powerful instinctual desires you imagine are beyond your control. On the other hand, you may have gone overboard in trying to win admiration for how attractive or sexually adept you are, causing others to experience you as domineering, vain, self-aggrandizing, or controlling. Crazy. So that's what we have from the guide. Now let me get into the symbolism in the cards for you. Something you will see traditionally in the Strength card is this woman having used her feminine inner compassion and strength to tame this instinctual beastly emotion. We will definitely see this infinity symbol above her head very often in many versions of this card. Another thing you'll see many times in this card are roses and her having a crown. Now, the crown is to symbolize, again, the victory, right? The strength, the overcoming of this thing. And the roses would speak about the, I'm blanking on what the red roses mean in particular, but you will see this imagery in many versions. And actually, you can see it here. Now, I know in this crown, this white roses are to talk about purity. I want to say that the red roses are to speak of the desire and the will. Anyways, so again, you'll see the Leo, the lion symbolized here. A lot of times there will be a sun in this card to reiterate the connection of Leo to the sun and the power and the will of this card. The thing you'll see here in this card is, again, infinity, the roses, her crown, how she's using her gentle compassion to overcome the instinctual desire, the taming, the balance that's required for this. I think the robe, her being in white, kind of does represent this purity, right? And this would be like the sexual animal instinct, right? And this is her balancing this energy, right? Using grace. Now, in the negative, it's pretty basic, pretty plain here. We have this untamed beast, right? Force and exertion and just being controlled by the emotion. There's a lot of the root chakra and the solar plexus and the sacral. So these lower chakras having an imbalance in the shadow aspect are all talking about force and not using grace, not using the upper higher chakras, the intuitive, the heart, the throat. It's all about action and force and pressure, and clearly this lion cannot take it anymore. So hopefully this has brought you some deeper insights and guidance into the card of the Strength. And if there is something that I didn't make a connection to here that you would like to share in the comments, that's so appreciated. Everybody's hitting the like button and making sure that you subscribe is super helpful to help this channel grow, so I can offerings to the collective and being of service to others. Thank you for learning along with me, and I hope that we see you in the next episode of The Fool's Journey.